Kinetic Sports. My name is Brian and I'm very excited, super excited to be with you today for another sports show. And of course, a lot of you are saying I'm Kenyan. A lot of you are even arguing about my accent, whether I'm Ugandan. But I'm a typical Ugandan, but all the same, East African. And I'm very excited. After this Chan tournament 2024, we are expecting bigger things to come. And of course, today we are discussing the role of Patrick Motsepe in giving Kenya the biggest share of really what happened in the previous tournament. Of course, a lot of you will say, I think I said it in my previous videos. I think I'll find a way of tagging that video that I shared, and I was talking about how Kenya supersedes every East African nation in everything. And I was not saying this because I did not know what was happening. I was typically analyzing everything, the trends of what really happens on social media, in the physical life, and I knew Kenya, given an opportunity like this, they are going to topple every single nation that is in this region, especially maximizing such a tournament. And it happened that way. You cannot even imagine that there was an opening ceremony in Tanzania. There is a way I even had on a certain radio the CEO of that is the Football Kenya Federation coming out and discussing, of course, the whole tournament. I'm just I think his name is Mr. Harold Ndege. He came out and he was discussing how things were not even working out for them, how the tournament was even going to be postponed, and how Tanzanians were very excited. Whatever word he was saying, he was referring to Tanzania, and it was like they were in competition with Tanzania. That is coming in from a spokesperson, or you can say a CEO of the Football Kenya Federation, someone who really who knows exactly. Hopefully, I'm 100% right when it comes to his title. But one thing I can say, it was always going to be Tanzania versus Kenya, of course Uganda being the lesser competition and all that. But one thing I can say, we all benefited as a region, but I think Kenya benefited a little bit more. I even noticed it in one of the clips that I'm going to be showing you. It is a clip of Mr. Infantino, the president of FIFA, who visited, and of course he was among the people that came around the tournament to really see what was happening. And when you look at the way he was talking about the finals and what he was doing and all the excitement, there was a lot of mention of Kenya and nothing like a mention of Uganda or Tanzania. It shows you that whatever they were sharing with him was more of Kenya other than the three nations of the region, which showcased that it was all about that is Kenya toppling all the three. So let me show you this clip and then I'll come back and then you'll also make your judgment basing on this simple clip of Mr. Infantino, the FIFA president.
Hello everyone, here from Nairobi, Stadium. Here for the final of the Chan. Favoured to Morocco. Congratulations to Morocco et won the Chan. Félicitations sur Madagascar qui a mis tout sur le terrain, fait un grand match, un grand tournoi, un grand final. Le Maroc a gagné. Félicitations, Team Maghreb. But a great congratulations to Kenya, to its president, William Ruto, to CAF and my brother Patrice Motsepe, to everyone who has contributed, and especially to all these incredible fans here in Nairobi, here in Kenya. It has been an incredible, unbelievable experience. These people, you the Kenyans, you love football, and you deserve all of this and much more. Take care, see you soon. Bye-bye from Nairobi.
From that clip, I think you can see exactly what I'm trying to say. It was supposed to be the three East African nations. So, and I entirely think that Mr. Patrick Motsepe was Team Kenya from the word go, because you even see that when there was a moment when East Africa, of course, we were not already 100%, but I think Kenya had the bigger burden to really bear when we had the Kasarani Stadium just like at something like 75, 71%. We had the Nyayo Stadium nowhere closer to completion. And for Uganda, Mandela National Stadium was almost ready. Just a final touches, like 5% was really remaining. For Kenya, it had two stadiums that were up there. Of course, minor changes to the two stadiums, the Benjamin Mkapa as well as the Amam Stadium. But they had to extend this tournament because Kenya was supposed to be a key issue. They are supposed to be a key part of this tournament. So they had to find a way of involving them. That is why you see the tournament was extended. And after extending it, and of course, everything was done. The challenges that came in, they had to bear with them. Of course, the fines came in when it came to crowd trouble and a few challenges that came in. But still, the respect that came to the nation of Kenya, especially in preparing this tournament, to me was even overwhelming. And I really think that we as Ugandans, we should not just be there and just be crybabies or say, Kenya did this to us, or this wasn't right where they stole the show. We need to learn on how to really enhance, everything that we have to really make it better. First of all, I think just like a previous comment in one of the videos that I did, someone came out and talked about how Kenya have the amenities around the stadium, the infrastructure around the stadium, including the good road network, the hotels and all that stuff has really given the push of Kenya to really dominate when it comes to hosting such big stadiums. They're now going to be hosting the Sekafa Women, I think, World Cup qualifier, something like that. So it is really, really something that I think that Kenya have really understood to do, and we are sometimes in an unprivileged position because I give you an example. There are things that cannot change overnight. Uganda infrastructure development has always been lagging with poor road networks, with poor planning when it comes to our cities. We are now just getting into an advanced stage whereby now internet is now becoming better. We've always had an issue to do with our internet and networks and all that stuff. We are now getting better when it comes to infrastructure, stadia, training facilities. I think it is because of the CHAN tournament now we are getting better infrastructure. There's been a lot of things that have really been happening around us, and it is really not been 100%. For Kenya, of course, they've had a lot of issues to do with corruption that has really, because in one of the interviews at Sport FM, one of the radios in Kenya, of course, they came out and discussed a few things to do with what really is disturbing the game of Kenya. And their worries are, yes, the infrastructure has been built. Yes, we have a very good and very, marvelous stadium that is being constructed. But the maintenance of such facilities is something that will always be under question. So I feel bad about the fact that Uganda, yes, we really gained from this tournament, but I really feel bad that we're always going to be third best to the two countries in any way. Even if we try so much harder, it is always going to be Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. It's never going to be Uganda, Kenya, or Tanzania. And it is a learning curve, especially to the people in our country, that the decision makers really need to make decisions based on projections of 3, 4, 5, not based on 3, 4, 5 years. It's supposed to be 10, 20 years. Where do we want us to be in the next 10 years? I'll give an example to the new Talanta Sports City Stadium that is being constructed in Kenya. It is not something for now. It's something for years to come, because people are getting tired of, and they're even getting outdated, these stadiums that have running tracks around them. If it's for football, it's supposed to be a football pitch. If it's athletics, it's supposed to be an athletics pitch, because now people love the footballing environment. The closeness to the pitch really gives that excitement, especially to the fans out there. They need to be close to the playing surface, to the matches, and to the players themselves. So I really, really think that we need to plan a little bit more and avoid this. Yes, we shall cry over the fact that maybe we were not noticed like we were supposed to be noticed, but we should also put ourselves in a position whereby we need to tap every single kind of opportunity that comes our way, especially in such tournaments. And on the other thing that concerns publicity, I think we also need to learn how to be public about everything that comes our way. I think this is in the nature of Kenyans: social media, online presence. They really know how to hype everything that comes their way. Now you would see the positivity that is coming, especially after this Chan tournament. There's a lot of positivity. I listened to a full interview of this gentleman, the Mr. Harold Ndege. He was talking about how they are structuring their game, how they are really planning their game to make it better and see that everything goes well. And you can see the positive vibes even from the presenters, from all people that are around the game, because they know they've tested, they've seen what football can do. It unites everyone. It brings positivity. It doesn't matter whether you're a Kikuyu or you're, it doesn't matter which tribe you come from or which region do you come from. It's really, really, really something that combines all the efforts of everyone in the country that really gives the positivity. And also with the investment in billions of money or US dollars that is being put in things like the road transport, the standard gauge railway, and all the other amenities, the hotels and all that stuff, the investment, it only creates more opportunities for people really that are investing in such infrastructure to really develop the country a little bit more. Because now I'll give you an example. For people who tested the effect of the Chan 2024 in these three countries, you're going to see them, you're going to see people constructing hotels in one year because they know what it can do for you to be able to provide the facilities. If you have the services available and you have the connections, then you'll already be able to really utilize that to generate a lot of money. So you're going to see people constructing new hotels. You're going to see in the next 1 year infrastructure development. You can now see, the water channels around the city are being worked on. You can see everything in B to really make the city a little bit better. And I think Kenya was a little bit privileged to have all the stadia, the major stadia around Nairobi, which is not compared to Uganda, because now for Uganda we have 3 stadiums currently. Of course, the 2 are under construction. The Hoima Stadium is in the western part of the country, and then of course Akibwa Stadium, as you go north, it is one of the other stadiums up there. There are different regions, and you can say that from Kampala to Hoima, it is something like a 3-hour drive from Kampala, or 4-hour drive, you can say 4-hour drive. Then Akibwa is also a good number of hours away from Kampala. So there is a difference. Of course, there is the airport system that is there, but sometimes it doesn't get any cheaper there. And you need to create infrastructure whereby it's easy for people to just go. Because now I'll give you an example. If I'm going to be watching a game in Hoima, I need to go and come for a week, because you know that you'll have 1 day of travel or maybe half day of travel. You watch the game, then you cannot just rush back to Kampala that quickly, because you need to enjoy. I was talking about creating an experience. People need to have a reason why they have to spend all that money to go to those places. But for Nairobi, I think it is easier to move from Nyayo Stadium to go to Kasarani Stadium, then to go to the Talanta Sports City Stadium. So that also, maybe it's on a different scale. It's something that's disadvantageous, especially to the other regions. But it creates opportunities, especially in the capital, and it creates something better for them. So I would say CAF really wanted this thing to happen to Kenya. They really wanted to see Kenya be part of it, and they didn't just want Kenya to be part of it. They wanted to be them being in the lead of this. Like I told you, it was an idea that originated by Uganda, the FIFA president, and all the team that is around them. But Kenya are very opportunistic. They just know when to pick on the opportunity and then take it to the next level. And that is credit to them. And that is why they are still top of the region, especially in the few things that happen. They are privileged as a position. Of course, the colonial era gave them that kind of position, but they know how to maintain it. And I really, really love to say kudos to them and credit to them. And really, we are waiting to see how we shall learn from that and get, of course, a better experience as Uganda and Kenya, as well as Tanzania together. But of course, 2027 is here, and we just need to know how to make it better. I think it's a lesson learned, and the reason why we do these videos is to enlighten a new The reason why we do these videos is just to enlighten you of really what happens around the other region. And for the people that are decision makers, this is your opportunity to come in and just pick that opportunity and just do exactly what you need to be doing, especially in decision making and enforcing the things that are supposed to be enforced. My name is Brian. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your day, and bye bye.